number of different types of business organisation that you need to be aware of. In this pod, we'll focus on the smallest type of business, a sole trader.
A sole trader is a business that's owned and managed by a single person. A sole trader is a privately owned business, and the owner is self-employed. They might work alone, or they might employ others. A business with fewer than 10 employees is classed as a micro-enterprise by the European Commission. This type of enterprise typically specializes in providing goods or services in a local area or community.
Small local businesses like plumbers, hairdressers and corner shops are likely to be sole traders. The owner is an entrepreneur because they have taken the risk of starting their own business to seek profit. As with all types of business organisation, there are advantages and disadvantages to being a sole trader. Let's start by looking at the disadvantages.
The major risk with this type of business is unlimited liability. In an unlimited liability company, the owner of the business is personally liable for all of the business's debts. As the business is unincorporated, the owner and the business are considered to be one single legal entity. If the business fails and owes money to its creditors or suppliers, the owner must personally repay the money. This contrasts with a limited company. If a company is incorporated, it's legally considered to be a separate entity to its owners. The owners have limited liability for its debts, meaning that their personal assets are protected.
Because a sole trader's personal assets can be used to cover any business debts, operating this type of business carries additional risk for the owner. Their savings, possessions, or even their home could be at risk if the business fails. Furthermore, as one person has sole responsibility for all of the decisions, there is no one else to compensate for any weaknesses in their business acumen. When someone sets up a sole trader business, they may not see profits for several years. They have to work long hours and sacrifice holidays or their personal life to ensure that their business survives.
A sole trader probably can't afford to buy in bulk the same way that larger businesses can. This means that they don't receive the benefits of economies of scale and can't pass on the same savings to customers as a result. It can also be difficult for sole traders to raise the necessary finance for their business. Banks are reluctant to lend large sums of money to this type of business, so funding can be a problem. Finally, as a sole trader business isn't considered its own legal entity, when the owner dies, the business dies with them.
Despite these potential drawbacks, it's a hugely popular form of business ownership. It's a relatively easy and low-cost way to start a business, as it requires only a small startup capital fund, and registering as a sole trader is fairly straightforward. An important advantage of being a sole trader is that the owner has total control of the business and is able to make all of the key decisions. Many people become sole traders after leaving employment to seek more control over their working lives. All decisions on growth or finance are made solely by the owner, with no one else to take orders from or argue with.
Sole trader businesses have relatively low running costs and fewer regulations than other types of business. The owner must keep financial records, and it's advisable that they hire a professional accountant to deal with the end-of-year accounts. A major advantage of this type of business is that the owner is able to keep all of the profits from the business after taxes are paid. This provides a great incentive to work hard and earn more. Unlike limited companies, sole traders don't have to pay corporation tax. Some customers may prefer to work with sole traders too, as they provide a local and more personal service. Owners can also respond more quickly to their customers' needs due to the nature of the business model.
Someone who operates as a sole trader takes on all of the risk in their business, but also gains all of the reward. Setting up as a sole trader is suited to one person seeking to enter the business world on their own. They can establish a small startup venture with little capital at risk. They can gain more control over their working life and enjoy all the profits from their hard work when things go well. However, if an owner wishes to grow and expand their business, Operating as a sole trader would no longer be appropriate.